In the year 20, what would it be, 2018? 2018, Mr. Sims be 56 years old. You'll be 28. Well, you're gonna be single, married, children, no children, city or suburbs. What city, what career, college, no college. Let's break it down. Oh, 10 years is too much, Mr. Sims. I know it did, but if you did 5, think about it. So if you have a child at 5, that right now, it means 5 years from now in 2000, what's that, love? I can't do the math. 2013, your little boy, little girl's going to kindergarten. Are they gonna go to school in the hood? They gonna go to the bourgeois school, the charter school? Think about this. And like this young sister, if you have a young sister, you got a young brothers in grammar school. Y'all these young smart sisters gotta help the brothers. So it's okay for you brothers in grammar school and high school get A's and B's because you're gonna be somebody's parent. You're gonna be somebody's husband. You're gonna be somebody's baby daddy. So we have to encourage each other in grammar school and high school because we're gonna be adults before you even know it. Right. You know what I'm saying? We gotta have that 10, 20, 30, 40, 50-year-old vision. And we don't have it.
And we're gonna have to do something in regards to filling the void left when a lot of these children can't go to college, like we mentioned earlier. By the time, the children now, by the time they get to college age, college is going to be 6 digits probably.
Well, see what happens is that a young black male, you know, Phil Jackson's famous for saying, he's a guy at the Black Star Project, allows me to go to public schools. He said only 3% of the African-American boys by the age 25 will get a college degree. 3%. Out of the city of Chicago. When I tell folks that, they are shocked. Only 3% of African-American boys.
A lot of them are not going to get the college
They're not going to get it. They're not going to get it.
Not because they dumb and ignorant and
right,
like
for
that.
A
lot of them can't afford it.
They ain't going to get it. So what happens, but the black male is the last person to be hired. That's why, nothing against the Latino brothers and sisters out here. But I tell them, listen here, they got Mexicans. They got computers. They got Asians. They got East Indians. They don't need poor black young men. Do you understand? So we as a people not even think about what are our young men going to do 5, 10 years from now?
You can't rap forever.
No.
You can't play basketball forever.
No.
You can't sell crack forever.
No. What you going to do? Because before you know it, now you still in your 30s.
Not the stereotype.
Wait, you still in your 30s, right?
Yeah.
So remember, before you know, you be in your 40s. I'm on the other side at 45. It's freaking me out. The time goes by so like this. You don't say, I don't see myself 25, Mr. Sim, but you gonna be 25. I don't see myself 35, but you gonna be 35. Where you gonna live? Your mama's house till you're 50 years old? Think about it.
Right. The thing to remember is this about male-female relationships.
Yeah.
Is the sexism that we commit against each other. Yeah. Of course, there's the base sexism that brothers have with sisters. We see it every day. I hear some of my friends say some of the most horrible things.
Right.
You know, some of the most sexist and chauvinistic things, and treat women like crap.
Right.
So that's one aspect of it. The other aspect of it is not only the internalization and the acceptance and the acquiescence to sexism that a lot of you females engage yourselves in. You acquiesce to sexism. Sometimes females some of the biggest sexists toward themselves.
Right.
You look at the R. Kelly case. This boy pissed on a woman. Everybody looked at R. Kelly as the victim. What about this sister? Even the women, even the females, I'm sorry, she deserved it, whore.
I mean, the thing about R. Kelly, I met the guy's really nice guy.
Oh, I'm sure he's probably got some
nice guy. I've been out to the house, but that's a long story. I got a little disclosure. It's a long story, okay? I mean, as far as the parking lot, I let you know what it is. But the bottom line is, not one woman came out.
Well, some of them did.
Well, you know what I'm saying, but not enough to win the case. But what I'm saying is that sisters got to take responsibility. I have a little girl. She getting up there. She's 12, and my son is 14. And people don't think about how you gonna raise children in this wicked world. Now, I'm not raising to be Christians, and I always tell people a lot of us, like me, were raised in a church. You went to a Catholic institution, but we had left the church. But we did not replace it with anything. True. We didn't replace it with philosophy.
Right.
Some other religion other than that's not Christian based. Please, that has failed us, people. All organized religion is bad, if you ask me. If you ask me. But I'm saying we haven't replaced it with some other form of principles, guiding principles, sound principles, values, frugality, chastity, whatever.
You know what replaced it? Capitalism, value system.
Hedonistic, yeah.
And which has a lot of manifestations, like you said, the hedonism.
Yeah, hedonism.
Street culture, or I don't want to call
debauchery.
it culture.
And I'm all for debauchery, but not for my children. That's debauchery's for daddy. Okay, but not for the children. See, that's what I'm saying. We don't think about the children. So you're a parent. No, you're not a parent, right?
No.
You one of the few brothers, man. You one of the few brothers not a parent. But just imagine, you in your mid-30s, late 30s. Okay,
I'm mid-30s.
Mid-30s. Now, you imagine you had a daughter. Let's say you had a daughter when you was 22. Your daughter be about 12, about the age of mine. Can you imagine having a 7th or 8th grader? How would you raise your daughter? You don't want her hoeing. You don't want her being a bust down, hoosty mama. How you gonna raise your daughter to have some you know what I'm saying? In this world, my daughter watches everybody's butt naked, everybody's shaking their behind, and I constantly tell her, no, you can't wear this. You can't wear these tight clothes. Daddy, what's wrong with this? I said, I don't want you looking like no slut. You're 12 years old. But Daddy, everybody else is wearing this. You know what I'm saying? So how would you raise your 12-year-old daughter in this world? Come on, think about it. Think about FX. With all this Afrocentric stuff you got in your brain, how you gonna raise your children? Come on.
I'm laughing because you asked me that question. I was talking about this with a friend the other day.
Yeah.
She knows who she is.
Yeah.
I told her one thing. I told my mother the other day that if I have, and I do want children, I want a family. If I have children, I'm going to homeschool them.
Cool.
I'm going to do my best to organize it and orchestrate it to where I homeschool them.
Right. Cool.
But me asking me how I'm going to raise my children, I would love to honor and the dignity and the experience of raising a male and a female child into manhood and womanhood.
Right.
That's a loaded question with me in the sense, and I say that because I'm not going to raise my child on the bullshit that's out here.
That's what I'm trying to get at.
I'm not doing that.
That's
As a matter of fact, my children are going to be very different.
Right.
And it's up to me to pick the right mate to go with me on that. You see what I'm saying?
No, because like I tell her, I said, I've been married a long time. Now, I don't recommend marriage. I don't even wish it on my worst enemy. But
I got my,
but what I'm saying though is that, but I always tell the children in public school, I said, one of the things that when I picked the wife, and it was a girlfriend at the time, she had to have some sense. Because I say, if I'm going to have children with this woman, that's going to be an 18, 20-year commitment raising this. I don't want no crazy mama being a mother of my children. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm going to lie down with this girl, I want to make sure that, hey, this woman's going to be a great mother.
Exactly.
You got to have that 20-year vision.
And a lot of brothers don't look at it like that.
Right. Who going to raise your daughter? What about the grandmothers too?
Years?
What about the grandmother? Because I always tell people, I said the woman's got to be cool, and she can't be too close to a crazy grandmother or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that sounds cold.
You got to look at the entire package.
That's right.
That goes for sisters too. When you look at a brother and judging them, don't just judge them as an individual.
Right.
I mean,
do you want a mama's boy? Do you want a thug?
Look at his family. Is his family fucked up?
Are they ghetto? They sell drugs?
And do they have influence into his universe, into his life? Because that's going to affect you. Sisters too, brothers too. When you look at his sister, does she have a fucked up family that's going to influence her life?
Yes.
It's going to cross over into your life.
Because they're going to get in your business.
Pretty much.
They're going to mess it up. But I'm saying these are the kind of things we don't like to talk about, because I always tell people, especially African Americans, if our son or daughter went to Harvard or Yale, worked for the major corporations downtown Chicago, out in some suburban office park, we tell people, yeah, my son or daughter went to Harvard or Yale. But they just regular. We don't talk about children. A lot of parents are too. We don't trade best practices on how to raise your child. Like I tell the little girl, I said, little girl, I go to school, they have a baby already. I said, where you gonna send your child to school? Have you ever thought about where you gonna send your child to school? When they come home at 2:30 or 3:30 or 4:30, who gonna be watching them until you get home from work? Think about it. We don't even think about that. Because like I say, even your mama, your grandmama, they on crack. You want them watching your children? And I did not know a lot of stepfathers, because I talk to a lot of parents, and a lot of stepfathers really molest their little girls.
Look, let me tell you something.
That's huge, man.
Let me tell you something about this.
Stepfathers.
And this is one thing that a lot of brothers really need to understand. I asked this of my mother and my aunt a long time ago, when my aunt was living with us. I asked them a very sensitive question. Ma, aunt, were y'all ever molested? Were you all ever raped?
It's called whatever.
They say yes.
They say 1 in 3. I mean, 1 out of 3.
I think that's a conservative. I think that's conservative.
Right.
The vast, overwhelming majority of black females, black women out here